championship from Stanford, California. We've gone through 2 rounds of pool play. And so far, the 8-time Pac-7's Pac-7's champion.
They just been
Cal Bears. Yeah, they're dominating. It's not unexpected. Haven't seen a whole lot of opposition. They've gotten tons of ball. They've really done well in the restarts.
Yeah.
And as impressive as they are with ball in hand, you know that they're going to have playmakers, some of the best college athletes in the country. But Colin, in the air, they've been unstoppable.
Yeah, and like when you're winning probably 3 out of your 4 kickoffs, like you're just dominating possession. And as we know, it's a 7-minute halves game. So if you have possession for 90% of the game, 80% of the game, then you're probably going to win.
And so far in Pool A, well, Cal's been dominant, and they got one more game they'll play against Oregon. We'll assume that Cal will win this pool handily. And then the crossover with Pool B, still a lot of question marks in my mind about Pool B. And still up for grabs, I think, is whoever is going to be second in Pool A.
Yeah, Stanford really shocked us there in that second game, because in the first game they had no possession, and they're fighting for that second spot.
We got women's rugby for the first time on the Pac-12 network, and when we come back, we'll see Cal women's 7s against Stanford women's 7s here at Stuber.
I joined GPAC because I wanted to be a part of a group that was striving to create an environment where diversity, equity, and inclusion is not only valued but also celebrated.
I joined GPAC because I wanted to support and be a part of a community where gymnast voices can be heard.
It is a goal of mine that every student athlete here feels loved and supported from every direction, and everybody should have a positively memorable experience throughout their college career.
We as gymnasts within the Pac-12 wanted to create a space where we could come together and use our platforms to promote peace, unity, action, change.
I decided to join GPAC to bring more awareness and to expand this group beyond just the Pac-12.
I am constantly searching for ways to promote and support diversity and inclusion within athletics.
Being able to have educational conversations with teammates and coaches is such a progressive step when it comes to building equality for all.
Something that we wish to do within GPAC this year is to vocalize our support towards each and every marginalized community.
I joined GPAC to spread positivity and education around diversity and inclusion in the gymnastics community.
My goal is to empower others to embrace the things about themselves that make them unique.
With GPAC, I'd like to accomplish creating a safe space for people with different identities and backgrounds, as well as inspiring others to just be fully authentically themselves.
As a biracial individual growing up in an area that lacked diversity, I didn't always have this environment or space, so I wanted to be a part of the change and create this space for others.
I think that it's a great opportunity for me to make my voice heard and to stand up for what I believe in.
I also like to open the door to new opportunities and further create equity and inclusion within the sport of gymnastics.
Red captain! Red, you good?
More rugby here at the Pac-12 Sevens Rugby Championship from Stanford University.
Sorry. Bring it
and the
back.
women take the field.
I'm good now?
A little early on the kickoff, so
Red,
we'll do it
good?
again.
Blue, you good?
It's Athena Lewis kicking off for Cal, and so far these teams have played each other twice. Stanford winning both matches on the day. And around the corner.
Not how you want to start this game.
That is
here, Cal.
Ryan Ray. We talked about Cal's tackling and how that's been their downfall.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been the story of the day. Usually it's the slip tackles and that they're a little bit high in the contact area. This time, Ryan Ray just dusts
look at
the
that
defender in front of her.
Quick shift of the ball to the outside, and then, good curvilinear running and just gets around the defender. Like I said, not a good way for Cal to start, but definitely a good way for the Cardinals to start. Yeah, but it's interesting to see, this being the third time that they've played here today.
Out to number 10, Gabriela Mesa. Another good tackle from Eve Mango. And Shu tries to go through another tackle, but Athena Lewis is there for Cal to make the stop. Ryan Ray, danger. We just saw this.
Deja vu.
Ryan Ray likes the left-hand corner, and she's hard to stop. And she goes in for the second try of the first half. In just 2 minutes, Ryan Ray is scoring a try every minute.
Not a bad stat. Yeah, that outside defender, good effort, but still you got to be a little bit understanding. Ryan Ray seems to have a ton of speed, and it's probably not the go-to move to kind of put pressure on her and basically give her that outside channel.
And I'm not sure whether it is just the unfortunate circumstance or some sort of game plan that's like super smart from Josh Sutcliffe from Stanford University. We talked about at the beginning of the day how Stanford was running a much more physical interior game and asking a lot of the defense of Cal, and now Cal has bunched their defense to stop that, and it's leaving space on the outside. So good for Stanford, whether it is an orchestrated game plan or just the natural outcome of their first couple matches, but they now have space on the corner where there didn't used to be any.
Here we go.
Lori Martinez. Lori Martinez is going to test Ryan Ray. This is a great one-on-one battle. And Ryan Ray wins again. She drags down Martinez, but not before Martinez gobbles up about 60 meters of space. Here comes May Lauritsen.
Fine.
Yeah, you see, watch the commitment of Ryan Ray on the tackle here. Cal still has the ball. It's Ruby Sartain-Miller.
A little basketball pass to the top.
Good dish to Athena Lewis. There's some space over here for Martinez.
One more pass.
Draw and pass.
Here we go.
But and Ryan Ray misses the tackle, and finally score one for Lori Martinez. She's been beaten twice, and now she gets her revenge.
We got Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lori Martinez there defended 2 people. You don't see that very often. Oh, look at that.
right into the transformer.
Yeah, boom. Said, I'll take out 2 for 1. Great try.
All right, the battle of the number 11s continues in the first half of this third match between Cal and Stanford on the day. We're talking to Josh Sutcliffe, the coach of this Stanford women's team, and he said, last year the teams played each other twice in 15s, and they split the matches, and whoever was at home won each match. And so they made a split, and I wonder if there's something about holding on to your home ground and defending your home turf here. Stanford already 2 games up on this Cal Bears women's team.
Yeah, home field advantage is that for, there's a reason for that. It's just because you feel like an obligation to show out for your fans and your family and stuff like that. But obviously, there we go again.
I know who it is. Guess who? It's Ryan Ray. Ryan Ray. And it's just outside the grip of Athena Lewis, and she can't have a grasp of Ryan Ray's jersey.
Representing Mundelein, Illinois, it's looking like. Hello to all of you guys in Illinois supporting Ryan Ray. Great inside step.
Yeah, that's a great little step.
Yeah. Good breakaway speed.
Ryan Ray, hat trick in the first half.
First
Seen that a couple
6
times
minutes.
today. Joe Kirsten from Cal. We saw his hat trick. Pretty little swerve just inside, and once again, Lori Martinez expecting her to go outside and heavily weights the outside foot, and then in comes Ryan Ray. Ruby Sartain Miller. Good clean recycle there.
Oh,
it's nice. It's the pick and go from Athena Lewis. She looks up. Nobody has defended the near post for Stanford. And
tired legs.
And Athena Lewis is tired.
Hands up. She's not celebrating. She is asking coach to take her out of the game. Look at that. What a great commitment to finish off that try. That is not easy, especially for the amount of running that they've been doing today. Hey, but we got a game.
All right, first half is over here. We got ourselves a game. 19-12 is the score. As we go to the break, Josh Sutcliffe, he's having a good day so far for the Stanford women's sevens team. When we come back, the second half. Stanford on top. We'll be back.
Can I help you?
I wanted to mail this.
Okay. Layla is our messenger pigeon. What?
Oh my God.
This is mostly secure. Mostly. Fairly secure. Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
You know what else is crazy? That SMS text that he's sending? It's unencrypted. Other people might see your text just like other.
Kevin! Oh, nice. Kevin, where are you? Kevin!
Hey, what's going on? I'm right here. I was busy cash backing for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited. I'm going to cash back on the gingerbread house.
Ooh, it's got little people inside.
And a snow globe.
Oh, I wish I lived in there.
You know, I can't believe you lost another Kevin.
It's a holiday tradition.
That it is. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
I think we went too high.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Second half. Women's rugby sevens. Stanford Cardinal 19-12 over their rivals, the California Golden Bears. It's the closest match we've seen of these three matches from these two teams on the day. And what do you think is the difference how Cal is playing and keeping it closer than the first two?
I think they've just been keeping possession. You're seeing there's a couple 9 picks. Maybe they're realizing that Cal going to the corners, going to the edges on attack was not necessarily working for them. So just switching up the play style and attack and just attacking with a little bit more intent.
Up hard comes the Stanford defense, and Cal tries to swing the ball wide. They go to ground and then try to bring it near side. A couple of players out on the corner. A little bit of space to work with. That's Timmy Ryan. And somehow Ruby Sartain Miller keeps that ball in. She was flirting with the touchline.
Pressure, yeah.
Oh, it's a pick.
Saw that coming.
Nadia Hemet reads it perfectly.
Wow.
The intercept, no defenders in the back. That's a heartbreaker. Watch the telegraph pass. Oh, Hemet. Just
great line
perfect
speed.
timing.
Maybe that was a coaching point for Coach Josh Sutcliffe going in the second half. Like, hey, we got to put these girls under a little bit more pressure, and definitely worked for him there.
So Hemet, the senior from San Mateo. Right down the road, San Mateo.
I know Cal's winning, but
I wonder if she gets to do her laundry at home. You know, does she take it home? Does somebody do it?
Yeah.
Give her a little break,
Some
a little
home
study
cooking.
time.
Yeah.
Maybe some home cooked meals, some cookies to take back to the dorm room.
That sounds nice.
Sam Noriega fields it. Strong carry from Noriega. Oh, just and working on the outside channel and a forward pass to Tucci.
Yeah, see, that's a beautiful thing about rugby as well. Like, but the rule is the ball's got to go backwards. You know, no matter how you get it, you can pass however you want to, but rule number one, it's got to go backwards.
Olivia Tucci wearing the number 7 for Cal, and she is a wisp of a player, but she has got some jets. Been brought on as an impact sub.
Set.
And has some great finishing runs today.
Let's see. A
high tackle.
That is.
I mean, there was Eve Mango comes in basically looking for ear do with whether or not
safe
you get penalized.
Yeah, that's true. Did she say sorry?
Yeah, might even be. I mean, might that be a yellow card in most affairs?
1000%.
Yeah. Tucci rides Mesa to the ground, and then
will it be 4?
Oh, it's Ryan Ray. Oh, she steps again and cuts back inside.
Great
runs
tackle.
into a good tackle from Cal, and there is Crystal Chidume, who was on fire in the last game. And then Sydney Shue, the freshman from Wayland, Massachusetts, puts one in for Stanford. And Shue's been good.
Yeah, Shue, a freshman, kind of scoring hat trick the first game, and then obviously has been fundamental for this attack throughout the day. You can really build programs around players like that.
(31-12) is the score. Stanford looking to go 3 for 3 against the Golden Bears on day 1 here. So the try scorer Shue at the halfway stripe. She'll get things started once again. Kicks the ball, lands on the ground, and picked up just a bobble, but play on, says the referee. That is Grace Talty. And on the outside corner is the captain, May Lauritsen.
It's fine.
She gets dispatched, and then Chidume steals the ball. Shue finds Colorado Mansfeld.
Stay down. Over.
Good clean recycle there. Out to Rupert.
No hands, blue.
And now it's Ryan Ray. Ryan Ray against Tucci.
Yeah.
And it's Tucci. Great tackle by Tucci, but not before it's unloaded to Shue. And Sydney Shue gonna score another one.
Yeah.
Look at Ray. Ray's already scored 2. Gives it to Shue. Shue says, I've only got 1. It's only fair that I get 2. Let's share.
Those are two very threatening attackers on the outside, though. You'd be scared to see them as the Cal defense lining up against you.
And Shu's done a great job of finding space in the interior. She's got a silky little swerve. She wrong foots defenders.
I mean, for anybody watching, you can see that effort Shu makes after she makes that pass. You know, she made the pass to Ryan Ray, and then, you know, Ryan Ray had that one-on-one, and because Shu outworked her opposition, she's able to get that ball in open space on the outside.
Yeah, and we say this a lot. It's not about what you do with the ball in hand. It's always about what you're doing when you don't have the ball, and that's exactly what puts people into positions like Shu there.
Yeah, rugby is all about support play, and especially in sevens. It's too fast a game, and you can't let your players get too far away from you, or else you're going to lose the ball.
So here comes Lawrenson. Tests the corner once again. Competition over the ball. Stanford's been good today at the breakdown. Out wide to Talty.
Another speedster.
And then, it's Tucci. Runs into Ryan Ray.
Unique clear out there.
Ball on the ground, but scooped up nicely by Cal. That is Eve Mango.
Find the support.
Eve Mango can't get around Chidume, but she does get the ball back to Lawrenson.
Fun.
And then stolen. Hemet has a hit up, and then it's Rupert. Chidume looks to both sides, goes left.
Oh, crunch and tackle.
Then it's Colorado Mansfeld. Out to Quigg.
Yeah.
Oh, one more pass to Ryan Ray. Tucci's got her. Quigg. Lays it back.
Nice scrabble defense by Cowler, set up in a good line. And see, there you go.
And they forced the turnover there.
It's game.
Better showing by Cal in this game.
Good job, ladies.
Well, it's a good day for the Stanford Cardinal women's sevens team. They go 3-0. This time,
that was on your side.
Emphatic once again over Cal. We got more rugby coming up. Round 3 of pool play when we return.
My name is Austin James. As a musician living with diabetes, finger sticks can be a real challenge. That's why I use the Freestyle Libre 2 system. With a painless 1-second scan, I know my glucose numbers without finger sticks. Now I'm managing my diabetes better, and I've lowered my A1C from 8.2 to 6.7.
Take the mystery out of managing your diabetes and lower your A1C. Now you know. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
The Pac-12 football season is underway, and that means the competition is on for the 2022 Pac-12 Football Championship game in Las Vegas. Get your tickets now to Pac-12 high-octane football, Vegas-style entertainment, and so much more at Allegiant Stadium. With the new format, you'll want to be there as the best two teams in the Pac-12 meet and compete to take home the trophy. The 2022 Pac-12 Football Championship game, Friday, December 2nd in Las Vegas. It's on.
No timeouts, no huddles, just nonstop game action cut down into one fast and furious hour. Football in 60 is the ideal football. Catch Football in 60 anytime on demand. Only on Pac-12 Network, where champions play.
Nothing is more important than this game.
Rugby here at Stuber Rugby Stadium in Stanford, California. It is Pool A, Utah versus Stanford. Well, Brett, this is a game that has some semifinal implications. Oregon 0-2. Whoever wins this game is going to move on to the semifinals tomorrow. And Stanford, it would be rarefied air for Stanford to get to that Final Four.
Yeah, exactly. All to play for in this game.
And Stanford, with a victory over Oregon, puts themselves in the position of getting into the semifinal. This is the last gasp where Ferris Bader goes the distance for the Cardinal.
White, ready? Good. Tape.
Utah, Stanford, semifinal spot on the line in Pool A. Game 3 for both of these teams on the day. Folafok with the ball.
Grand cone, grand cone, grand cone.
Yeah, Utah wasn't able to play much attack in the last game against Cal, so you can imagine they'll be coming out aggressive and looking to get in the mix.
Folafok looks to the corner. Kinovak speed tested out on the wing. Ooh. Jackson Davis, sorry, that is Aristides Plekoris. And Plekoris lays the wood.
You got the option.
A huge tackle for Plekoris from Denver, Colorado, East High Angels, and I got to say that because that's where my wife went to high school as well.
Credit.
I mean, just a few years before Aristides Plekoris did, I'm sure.
Yep, yeah, exactly. No, that's a classic kind of fighting the dog. You know, he didn't see. I think he was, you know, the big man running down the Cardinal running down the sideline. Seemed to be much bigger than the defender, but
we can set up.
Massive shot to force on that knock on.
Santana on the corner for the Cardinal.
What? Right there. Time's on. Crouch. Bind.
Utah feeds the scrum here.
Set.
Stanford's very narrow on defense. Leaving that outside channel open for Utah, who's attacking it right now.
The wrap, space on the corner here, pins a defender and tries to get space out wide for number 11. That's Will Koth. And Koth! Koth going to open up the scoring campaign for Utah.
Interesting tackle attempt there by number 2, Carlos Santana.
I'm not kicking it.
Again, from the beginning, you could tell that the Cardinals left the outside channel open for Utah to attack. So maybe moving forward, they'll have a little bit more width on their defense.
Well, it's not even a legal tackle attempt by Santana on the corner. You got to wrap your arms in the tackle.
Maybe he's been watching some rugby league highlights from back in the day.
Potentially. You know? It's, yeah. Because he did all the work. It's an interesting...
Great position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I'm
confused by Carlos Santana.
Maybe he's a convert.
Left again.
So conversion sprays wide. 5 points to lead in the early moments of this semifinal decider. With the ball, Ian Wormer, also from Denver, Colorado. Doesn't go 10 meters, and so Bryn Hughes. Awkward ball to Folafok. Regathers nicely. But Stanford going the wrong way. Mo Khalil takes a run. Santana digs it out.
Stanford should look to get that ball wide. They got numbers.
No, leave it.
Still do.
Just holding on to possession. Ball available over the top. Interesting that Kinovak is coming up from the corner and leaving the outside attacker. Once again, they go to the right, and that's the danger. I'm not sure what the strategy was.
It seems like a lot of these teams are just going for intercepts, they're like trying.
It's almost like they don't believe that the ball can get to the corner. But I just said before that pass that Kinovak was coming up way too hard on the corner, leaving the outside defender, or attacker, I should say.
It's one of those classic things, you're judged by your results, you know, so maybe after this we won't be seeing that out of Kinovak.
John Reese from Dubai, interesting kid. He lived in Dubai for 16 years. He says he's half German and half Brazilian and lives in the Middle East, of course, because that's what happens in the modern day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very dynamic.
So Reese, not only the equalizer, but with the conversion, it's Stanford up by 2. Awkward kickoff, side of the foot, and it's a great result for Stanford. They don't have to defend, and now it'll have to be a Utah lineout. Always dicey with throw in here, and the timing has to be spot on. And normally it's the scrum half now who's throwing the ball in, and it's not a normal hooker, so the throw can pretty much go anywhere.
You need a 2x2.
Ref blows the whistle, says give me a wider channel. You're not in the right spot.
No, we can help.
Or you're not matching the numbers. It's got to be one of those.
Buddy, are you the receiver or are you out? Then come in. It's 2 meters. Thank you.
What is going on?
Folafok as the front jumper. They'll try to get him in the air to disrupt the throw. It goes over Folafok's hands and into the hands of Valentino Fani. And now the wraparound. We saw this again in the first try.
Well, Carlos is just backing up and basically giving him that space to attack.
Well, he's got the closing speed, so Santana does nicely to shepherd.
Great poach.
Yeah, and he shepherds Koth into the corner there. The poach by Stanford, and so just like that, Stanford turns the tables. Slam to the ground is Bryn Hughes.
Does not feel good.
Folafok with the ball. Mo Khalil tries to go through a tackler, trying to make the ball available for the offload, and finally does. It's Edsall with the ball. Santana does a great job of keeping it available, and then Trevor Lewis ends up with his shoulder on the touchline, and so it's going to be a turnover.
All right, stop.
So, yes.
Oh, and that was Ethan Shern there slamming his opposite number to the ground, and he just made that double effort here to make a tackle, get up off the ground, and then make another tackle, which resulted in the attacker going out of bounds, and now Utah has a line out.
There's always, Brett, and you've played with these guys, you might have been one of these guys. There's guys who make the tackles, and then there's guys who go and hunt for tackles, and that's what Cherney did there, and twice in a row. And Santana tests the corner there on Sam Lange.
Now I can imagine number 7 for Utah. Ethan wears number 7 and 15s too.
Yeah. So it's Khalil after the penalty against Utah across the 22-meter line, and now driving towards the line. Nobody can get Mo Khalil on the ground. Looks like a knock on, and it goes into the hands of Utah. So a mistake by Stanford, and gives the ball back to the Utes.
Good carry by Drew McDaniel to kind of open up space on the outside, where it looks like you got Carlos Santana again giving up meters.
Here comes Lange. Yeah, Santana's happy to just shepherd a guy towards the touchline and get in close range. Lange still in support. Counter ruck is good. Referee says play on. There's Edsall doing work on the corner. And Bryn Hughes finds Santana. Santana's got space on the left, but decides to step off his left, go back to the right-hand side. Bryn Hughes looking for space, says, I don't think I want to run into that wall of Utah defenders. Turns and goes to the right. There's Khalil. Edsall does the wraparound pass. Successful stuff And back inside, and Stanford gonna score another one.
This is not how I expected these games to turn out for the Cardinals after their first match against Cal.
It's Edsall, right? I mean, after we saw their first match against Cal, it was so lopsided. You got to admire the fight of the Cardinal here on their home turf, and Edsall puts another one in to put Stanford.
You got 20 seconds, that's half.
Into a 12-5 lead here. Edsall going to try to kick his own conversion. This is an important one because it represents a 2-score difference if Edsall can convert.
And it's funny, you know, that try came from Carlos actually allowing his attacker to separate away from his support, which allowed them to get the turnover.
Right,
so
you never
maybe
know
it's a strategy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, just because you went to the Olympics, Brett, doesn't mean you know the game. We'll be back with the second half. Can Stanford hold on for a spot in the semifinals? We'll see when we get back.
Attention gate members, your connecting flight will arrive eventually.
Have you been the victim of gate seat theft? If so, you may be entitled to a settlement.
Here at the law offices of Butsky and Bubkus, we've helped thousands collect damages for seat thefts.
We also represent wall theft, patches of floor theft, bathroom stall theft. If you sat on it and got up and someone else sat on it, we'll represent you.
Let us help you sue the pants off the butt that stole your seat.
The law offices of Butsky and Bubkus, not necessary for those who live the nonstop life.
This is the planning effect. This is how it feels to know you have a wealth plan that covers everything that's important to you. This is what it's like to have a dedicated Fidelity advisor looking at your full financial picture, making sure you have the right balance of risk and reward, and helping you plan for future generations. This is the planning effect from Fidelity.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts helped provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in November 19th and 20th, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
Stanford up by 9 over the Utah Utes. They got beat 58-0 by Cal in the opener. We thought they were already done after their first match. They've rebounded nicely. Last moment try to beat Oregon, and now they've got the Utes under some serious pressure as they look to get to the semifinals for the first time.
Look at the depth by Utah. They're pulling that ball back so far. At least you know you're going to have kind of speed onto the ball when you're that deep.
Here comes Vieweg. A great job over the ball once again. Wow. And Edsall has another turnover for Stanford. Great job by Edsall over the ball. Bryn Hughes pirouettes, avoids a heavy contact. Utes trying to return the favor. Offsides against the Utes. Mo Khalil goes quickly. Looking for help. He wants 10 meters, and he gets it. You got to retreat 10. Mo Khalil went quickly and ran into a Ute defender who kept on playing. Folafok. Does he tap? Yes, he does. Goes to Khalil. Now Edsall. Digging the ball out. Trevor Lewis.
Good pressure by Utah.
Bryn Hughes.
Oh, here you go.
He gets the dish off to John Reese. John Reese, great fend. Looking for support. He's got Folafok, but he can't get him on the run, and so Folafok has to bend down, pick up the ball, knocks it on, and
unlucky.
Unfortunate. And if Reese would have been able to get that ball into Folafok's hand on the run.
To the face.
Yeah, that's a great fend. You always love that.
Basically commits 3 defenders to try to tackle him. And then again, yeah, if he got that offload off, that's world class.
Very good. Is he going off? All right.
All right, so Utah needs to score twice.
Where's Mark?
Minute 1:45 gone in the second half. The feed coming from Aristides Plekoris.
Set.
Great name.
Sounds Greek to me.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, knock on by Utah. Yeah.
So
Mark's right here.
Scrum for
with the bobble.
It's white ball. The scrum half knocked it on the base.
Yeah, no, he's
a little bit of confusion there.
Yeah.
Crouch.
Plekoris was going to feed the other scrum.
Set.
Heavy competition there at the scrum. Plekoris lays it back for his own team. I don't know if Stanford gets this ball. I don't know how. Yeah, exactly. Penalty. There's players on the ground. They're falling all over the ball, and now it's
definitely
Stanford not retreating.
Yep, yellow card. Maybe.
Ooh, this is. Here we go.
Captain. Ball down. It's your penalty. I need your captain. I need your captain.
Yeah. So.
Boys, take the
things are starting to get a little chippy. You can see that it means a lot to both of these teams to be able to get into the semifinals tomorrow, and they're leaving it all on the field, but the refs just got to make sure, and that's he's taking time to talk to the captains and say, hey, we got to settle it down. Remember, we're just playing a game of rugby.
It's also we've seen this several times on the weekend. There's some infractions that will draw yellow cards pretty routinely. One of them is that if you're not 10 meters and you play the player who taps the ball. We've seen it twice now on both teams. The referee, luckily, has been fair about it because he hasn't yellow carded either player, given 10 extra meters, and then re-awarded the penalty. And I think that's a great way to ref it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's even-handed. Over the top goes the ball. Bounces to Stanford. Edsall. He's got Santana. And he goes back inside. Edsall trying to finish. Gets close to the line.
No.
Great clear out by Santana.
Great job. It's Trevor Lewis goes over for the try.
Wow.
And Stanford now has a huge lead against the Utes. Watch the dummy by Edsall. It's not even a dummy. It's kind of a half a dummy, but it's enough.
Watch this clear out. Oh, I guess he didn't hit anybody. It looked like a good one from here.
Well, it's and Trevor Lewis finds the ball, sees the space, puts it down. Edsall, he doesn't have the jets on the team, but he definitely was able to fool Preston Vieweg and buy enough time to get close to the line to set it up for Trevor Lewis. I'm impressed with Stanford.
Yeah, me too.
It's just they're down 2 men. We've seen 2 injuries. Diego Burgos and Bryce Martinez have been pulled off the field for Stanford.
Oh, he's running.
And yet they're still playing and running it out of the back. He could have had that ball at the halfway line. And we'll see if the strategy pays off for Utah. Well, they need the ball, so it doesn't make sense.
And they don't have Jake Knivuk from Anchorage, Alaska on the field right now, and he was their big physical ball carrier. That's you can tell they're missing him right now.
Yeah, Knivuk's been a great player for the Utah team, but you got to make the subs, and sometimes a big man like Knivuk can't last. You need speed.
Big turnover by Stanford there, which is probably going to seal the game for the Cardinals.
A minute left, and Utah, it's hard. You can score twice in a minute. It's hard to score 3 times in a minute.
Even if you're Carlin Isles.
Stanford going to walk to this one. They'll take their time, burn the clock.
Time's off.
And to me, this is the surprise of the day. Stanford makes it to the semifinals.
Time is on.
After just stealing a victory from Oregon in their last match.
Can you hooker?
No, that was after, as we mentioned earlier, watching that first game against Cal. I mean, maybe that's just an indication of how dominant Cal is in comparison to the competition out here. But yeah,
Utah dismantled Oregon 35-12, and they'll be disappointed, I think, in this result. I think after seeing this pool, they would have probably thought they were automatically into the semifinals as well. Stanford had something else to say about it today.
But that's just the beauty of sevens, you know. It's all about who kind of shows out on the day, and if you don't show out, then you don't win.
I love how, you know, Stanford's still playing. They could let Utah walk in for a try and still get to the semifinal, but they're still playing defense. Here comes Lange. Big man, tough to put down. And Bryn Hughes, smallest man on the field, puts him to the ground.
Ball's
and they
out.
steal
They
another
got the
ball.
Kick, wow.
Stanford, and they gritted this victory out. Every ball, just that last moment on the field, the ball's on the ground, and you got players diving for it to win possession. Great effort by Stanford.
That's character.
Utah going to have to go back to the drawing board, but meanwhile, Stanford going to move on to the semifinals in Pool. And that is, I believe that's the first time for Stanford, and that's a great result for them at home. Here at Stuber Rugby Stadium, we got a surprise, and it's from the home team. We'll be back for more rugby. Pool A, Cal coming up.
We'll make this simple. It's time to go and get rewarded for it. Save up to 25 cents per gallon of fuel with the My76 app. That's right, up to 25 cents per gallon of fuel. That means for every fill-up, you're saving money for your next adventure. That's a reward that keeps on going. The app is safe and secure. Plus, Mobile Pay offers fewer touch points during payment, so you can focus on going and saving. Download and start saving with the My76 app, so you can save more to go more. 76, we're on the driver's side.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen, girl.
Taryn, the joy of movement.
Buffalo Wild Wings has deals on deals on deals. Like buy one, get one half off Wing Tuesdays, buy one, get one free Boneless Thursdays, and wing bundles from $9.99. Order now at BuffaloWildWings.com.
Can I help you?
I wanted to mail this.
Okay. Layla is our messenger pigeon.
What? Oh my God.
This is mostly secure. Mostly. Fairly secure. Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
You know what else is crazy? That SMS text that he's sending? It's unencrypted. Other people might see your text just like other people might see that letter.
You're kidding.
No.
Can you get to that? I wanna know if you can get to that. Then you can you get?
What are you doing here?
I've got this feeling we'll meet again.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Back at Stanford for the Pac-12 Sevens Rugby Championship. It's Oregon against the Cal Golden Bears. Last match against Utah, and this is Cal. It's classic Cal. They share the love, and sometimes players just step up. They happen to be right place, right time. Joe Kirsten had a hat trick in the first half of the game against Utah. It was all Cal. In fact, all day it's been all Cal. Brett Thompson, 97 points for Cal. Their opponents have yet to score.
That is a magnificent stat line.
That's 2 matches.
That's honestly insane. But it reminds me of Arizona. You know, myself and Peter Tiberia going into the CRC's day 2, kind of with that sort of point differential. We lost the first game 5-0 in the quarterfinals. So that's something that, like, okay, it's been magnificent, but moving forward, you can't kind of rest on your laurels, as you would say.
Exactly. Wow. So they've been supremely good in the kickoff area, and once again, they win their own.
As you mentioned before, like some guys have had hat tricks and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's 1 through 13. It's honestly whoever steps on the pitch seems to be performing for the Bears, and as you said, kind of classic Bears.
Yeah, it's the mentality is next man up. It's not about who's the starters, who's on the bench. It's whoever's on the field. It's do your job. And for a team of rugby players who are supposed to be gentlemen, they don't share the ball well. They do not let the opposition ever have it. It is Rand.
Little hop step, a little bit of a dummy.
And just when it's the classic approach when you're a ball carrier and you see your opponent turn their shoulders, you just know that you got them.
Automatic read.
Exactly. As soon as they leave that square body position and they turn their shoulders, you know you're going to be able to get them on the corner. And it's a great identification, and it's just a feel. I've been here so many times before that I know I can get the corner, and that's what Rand Santos does. He exploits the Oregon defense and puts 7 points on the board.
Well, you talk about Q's as an attacking player, and that's probably number one. Hips and shoulders. They're turned away from you. Take advantage of it.
Yep. And so finally, Oregon gets to have the ball, and we'll see how long they can keep it. It's Wes Walker. He's getting shepherded towards the touchline and finally able to turn it back. Oregon going to get a chance.
Use the ball. Isolated.
It's Reed Vabry with the carry, and over the ball quickly is the Cal defense. Here comes Thomasine.
Thank you.
Joe Kirsten, great balance, shrugs off a Gunderson tackle, and a mistake by Cal. It's a rare one, but Alex Aguero drops the ball and is going to give Oregon the scrum. Well, they are human. After all, it's
probably the first knock on I've seen from them today.
And it's play on. It's not a huge deal, and
the first knock was back here.
I'm sure Cal has high standards, but they know mistakes are going to come.
Yeah, he'll probably spend an hour in the basement tonight.
It's a scrum to Oregon. Working from deep inside their own half. Even when you get the ball against Cal, I mean, it's rare to get the ball and be on the Cal side of the field as well. So free kick, little early push from Cal. A line defense. Alex Brundage comes up, makes the hit, and strips the ball.
Bigger, release.
And it looked like player was on the ground. So when the knee goes to the ground, you're supposed to release the tackle player. When you got your player and the ball and you know you can rip it and his knee hits the ground, it's really hard to stop yourself from finishing that.
Sorry.
Ethan Sherman with the ball runs into Keelan O'Connell. Wes Walker, and just like that over the ball, it takes a lot of resources to continue to win the ball because Cal's coming at you with shoulders at every breakdown. Over the top, ball to Thomasine. It's a spot pass. Touch. You're not going to catch Caleb Thomasine.
11.
And the junior from Pismo Beach
Not over the shoulder.
scores a try.
What a pass by Rand Santos, though, the freshman out of the Philippines.
Yeah, great ball over the top.
Yeah, Oregon, they started off the day using the ball, getting the ball to the width, supporting, securing that breakdown. But right now it looks like they're, that's what happens with fatigue, and it gets later on into the day. Kind of if your support isn't there quick enough, a team like Cal is going to turn it over every single time.
Yeah, and I don't know what Oregon's fitness protocols are, but I guarantee you that they're probably not as stringent as Cal.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so the boys from Eugene are probably a little bit more tired than the ones from Berkeley right now.
Well, as the saying goes, let the ball do the work. You know, pass and follow. Definitely get more tired playing defense, but man.
So the ball, the kicks are great, but this time it falls in the hands of Wes Walters.
I need the tackler to roll first and get out.
A little bit too competitive at the breakdown sometimes.
There we go. Use it. Maybe one more.
Wrap around. Here comes Ethan Sherman with the ball. Cal leaves this one alone. Sets up their defense. There's Walters. Shrugging off a couple of tacklers. Cal resets. Gunderson looking for some help. Nice. Finds it on the inside. Oregon putting the shoulder down. Gunderson. Couple of good steps, and then ball just picked from the ground.
Velcro hands.
Great work by Kirsten.
You're not going to catch
Available
it.
Ball.
Oh.
Here comes Max Clark. Inside, outside, and then across the try line. Max Clark.
A little bit of Jedi mind tricks there. Max Clark actually came to a USA camp a couple of months ago, or a few years ago. So he's definitely a talent that's been recognized as one of the best in the country. But watch his footwork here. Gets the ball, 50-meter line, got about 20 meters of space, little in, out. Jedi mind tricks.
Need it by 640.
It's tough to defend
with that much space.
So Cal,
off, Oregon.
19 points to the good.
Yeah.
Last seconds ticking off the first half.
Some good attack by Oregon leading up to that turnover, though. You know,
time off.
They worked the ball about 30, 40 meters down the pitch. Again, just kind of got isolated in that tackle area. So if they kind of work in their threes, support working hard to kind of be there, I think they can make this a respectable finish.
Well, it's the repetition, too. When you see Oregon, they had a few successful breaks, yet they've stepped a few defenders, but then there's nobody there to clean up the ball. And so all Cal is doing is they're baiting you into making one mistake, and that's exactly what happens. And there's another mistake, and Alex Aguero off the kickoff once again.
Picture perfect. Ball right on the 10-meter line. Alex Aguero does well to get inside the Oregon Duck and then caught the ball at the highest point. And then there you go, have the speed and athleticism to kind of finish it for a try.
It's that they've been coming on that outside in line, right? It's the you have a couple of options. Ball goes in the air. You can either come outside in to get the ball in front of the jumper, or we saw a couple times too, outside of the pod that's going to lift where the ball gets dropped perfectly in there. And Cal's just done such work. You can tell. Spot on work at the restart. Whoever faces these guys tomorrow is going to have to figure out the kickoff. Cal in a commanding lead, 26-0. We'll see if Oregon can respond when we come back.
We're staying up late with Pac-12 After Dark. Tonight, following the last game of the day.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Nothing is more important than this snap, this blitz, this drive. Nothing is more important than taking the field each week. When it comes to the Conference of Champions, nothing is more important than this game.
Just a game changer.
And it's in the back of the net.
She gave that ball what it deserved.
Expect to be in the NCAA tournament every single year.
Diving stop.
You can tack on another point.
That was an amazing play.
The Pac-12 royalty.
The Huskies are up.
An offensive dynamo.
The Cal Bears have won the national championship.
Phenomenal power. Fired to the back of the net.
These are the best teams in the country.
Coach Clark looking on, got to be happy. 123 points for his Cal Bears. Their opponents have yet to cross the line. It's a pretty good day for the opener of a tournament. There's a mistake. Joe Kirsten makes a mistake. I haven't seen him make a mistake all day. Well, I'm sure.
No, that's number 2 now.
There you go. So Kirsten drops one, and Oregon now, that's one way to get inside Cal's half, is by virtue of,
pressure on the
their
skills.
mistake.
Yeah.
Colucci going to feed the scrum.
It's fine, balls out.
Pressure coming. Colucci somehow finds the handle. He's got heavy pressure over the ball.
Fully off.
And Cal not supporting their weight at the breakdown. And Colucci tries to tap quickly, knocks the ball on. Actually, that's Reed Vabry.
Yeah,
he's licking his chops. You can tell. He's like, this is going to be my one chance to run into a Cal player as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And he got a little bit over his.
Give you a cruel game sometimes.
In the mountains, we like to say that, getting over your tips a little bit on your skis.
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know much.
You don't know. You don't know about that much. Yeah.
Number still left for Cal. You said nope. I'll take it myself.
So Thomasine draws a couple. And a good job over the ball. That's Wes Walters.
He's definitely been one of the most active Ducks here today.
Oh, the flick behind the miracle, and it goes to Wes Walters somehow.
Let's go. Skills, William.
And this time, Reed Vabry, he taps. The referee says you tapped it in the wrong spot. He recovered from the last time he knocked it on when he tried to quick tap.
Come on.
He was close to the line.
I swear the refs need like some sort of like spray paint or silly string.
Oh, that's a great open field tackle. And you can see Oliver Newell, he's grabbing his forearm.
Yeah, that hurt.
In contact, and you can tell he's still not happy. Oliver Newell.
Tackle! Blew out.
This is pick and jam time. Colucci looking for the line. He stretches out and he scores a try. The 0 can come off of the board.
Wow.
Cal has let in 5.
Oregon.
100 to 5. But you know what? Colucci's going to remember this one. You get one opportunity to stretch out, touch the line. Colucci over it. You don't even have to go over it. All you got to do is touch paint.
Yeah, there you go.
Referee says paint touched.
Cal, please, on this
That's
side.
probably the most he's ever extended in his whole life.
Michael Colucci probably pulled something making that stretch.
Great try, though. Great try.
Colucci over for the Ducks. So 26 to 5.
Great kick. Let's see.
And he adds the extras. Colucci's on fire.
Celebratory gestures to his sideline. He's happy about that one.
This is one of those stories where Oregon is going to end up in the bottom bracket tomorrow. Michael Colucci forever will be able to say that on day one of the Pac-12 sevens in 2022 in Stanford, California, he was the only one who scored against Cal.
Only one.
Yeah. I'm single-handedly the scoring machine who can get it done. Great steps there from Keelan O'Connell. And O'Connell,
it's a race.
He keeps going.
Oh.
Great footwork.
What an effort. But, wow. Was it? Wes Walters has had a ton of time on the pitch today.
Yeah. He's the kind of player you can't take off the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Chasing everything.
State. Watch the steps here by O'Connell.
Just gas.
Just dices through the defense there. Walters can't claw him back, but
he's a local boy, right? Yeah, out of San Francisco.
Brave effort.
Sophomore. Well done.
O'Connell. I asked Coach Tom Billups, and he's been Jack Clark's assistant for over 20 years now, and the heir apparent to the head coaching position. If I don't know if Jack Clark's ever going to retire. There was talk about it a few years ago, but I mean he just loves his job, and so you can't blame him. He sticks around. He lives in the Bay Area.
He's been pretty successful.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good gig going on, and he's done a great job. But anyway, I talked to Tom Billups. talked about the number of freshmen, because there's 3 of them on the team, and there's some underclassmen, the sophomores, Keelan O'Connell we've seen. And it's straight up with Cal. It's a meritocracy. You don't get a spot on the field because they want to see what you can do. You show them what you can do, and then you deserve a spot on the roster. And so these youngsters have stepped up. Solomon Williams, we've seen some action from him. Oliver Newell's been fantastic. Rand Santos, you know, he's got a little legacy to fulfill after his dad won the championship in '88 with Cal. But, you know, it's the boys have been playing great. Keelan O'Connell, a sophomore, adding some great points. And there's Newell. Well, he's shaking off whatever happened to his forearm in the hit down on the other side of the field. And then there's the fab freshman going over for another try from London. That's Oliver Newell. And just a testament to that's why he's on the field. It's not because they want to see if he's a good player. It's because he earned
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the results both on the field and off the field. Kind of the players that have come out of the program. You know, you gotta tip your hat to Jack Clark and Tom Billups. Like, they're legends of USA Rugby, and can't imagine Cal's success is going to diminish much, at least while they're at the helm.
No. And it's an improvement culture, right? It's obviously they want to win. They want titles, but I mean, when you talk to the coaches, they'll talk about improvement. They just want to see players getting better all the time. And if they do their job and they are getting better, then it comes with titles.
100%. I think that's just the best way to look at it, right? Like, you're only as good as you are, and then that's on the day. And then if you're improving from that point, then what else do you have to say?
All right, so the homage to Cal Rugby will discontinue at this point because they just outscored their opponents by, I got to do some math. We're going to send it back to Arthur Anderson for some calculations.
135.
But they are on to the semifinals tomorrow. That was never in doubt. Oregon, the only team on the day to score against Cal from Michael Colucci, and they'll play some more rugby tomorrow. We got more rugby coming up.
Big match.
After another dominant performance by Cal, we'll see what happens in Pool B. Santos getting it done. Bears roll in Stanford.
On a Fansville homecoming by Dr. Pepper.
Surprise!
CJ, we weren't expecting you.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing here? Hey, go State. You replaced me with star quarterback Bryce Young.
We could never replace you.
Here's your Dr. Pepper mom. Mom?
It's just a silly nickname.
You came up with Dad for me. Here you go, kid. Huh. They're my family now, CJ.
Next time on Fansville.
Hey, brother. Get out of my room!
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Are the color cartridges in your printer ready for another school year?
What's cyan mean?
It means Cyan Mara Honor.
I'm so host.
Yeah, you are. The Epson EcoTank printer. No more cartridges. It comes with an incredible amount of ink that can save you a lot of trips to the store. Get ready for the Dean's List.
Who's Dean?
The Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill. Available at...
I want to be quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Not later. Now. I want to own the pocket, make the plays, drop dimes to my receivers. I want to feel 80,000 fans on my shoulders as I carry them to victory. You know, nothing major.
Rated E for everyone.
This is the planning effect. Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. A lot of ideas. So when she wants a plan based on what matters most, she turns to Fidelity. At Fidelity, anyone can create a free plan, a plan that can change as your priorities do. And Nina's free plan, it leaves her free to focus on what's important right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
Back at Stuber Rugby Stadium in Stanford for the conclusion of day one at the Pac Rugby Sevens Championship. And so Here's how it shakes out in Pool B, which we're about to see right now. UCLA is flawless through 2. Arizona and USC tied in the second match of the day. Oregon State winless so far. USC about to face off against Oregon State. They got a special player. We've seen some great tries from one Angelo Reviglio. Talk about this guy. You saw him play before in one of the earlier tournaments in California. What makes him so special?
I mean, low center of gravity, strong ball carrier, fast. You know, he's super agile. As you can see, he's like really shifty, throwing defenders off him. It's, as far as I've seen, every single time he's gone, it takes at least 2 to kind of try to corral him.
So here's where we stand, and this makes it interesting, and I love this stuff about tournament play. Because USC tied Arizona, if USC can throw a bunch of points on Oregon State, and then if UCLA beats Arizona outright, Arizona is going to drop into the losers bracket tomorrow, and USC will elevate to the semifinals of the tournament.
Ready to go now?
Gotta love sevens.
Yeah. Is to get the ball into the hands of one Angelo Reviglio as many times as possible. The question is, he's played every minute of every game so far. Does Reviglio have enough gas in the tank?
Okay, boys, you receive over.
And luckily, this USC team is that they're a complete team. Yes, Reviglio scores long-distance tries, but they have had quality moments from all their players, including the man holding the ball.
Okay, you good?
Getting us underway right now.
Yeah, Cooper Swan and Christian Kwan have both been really good in the middle, kind of, as we would say, like drawing the strings, kind of like making all the play happen. And of course you got Reviglio finishing everything off, and that they're going to be trying to get into his hands early on in this game.
Oh, look at Kwan. He says, Angelo who? I'll take it myself.
Get out of there,
Tap and go.
Reviglio sees the line. Oh, and he'll go over. See, that's the formula works. Stick to the formula. Reviglio with the ball, quick tap and go, and scores the first one for USC. Again, because point differential is so it's wins and losses.
Hey, boys, ahead of the 22,
It's
please.
the number of points you get, tournament points. So you get 3 points for a win.
Yes. No, you get 0 points for a loss. You get 1 point if it's the bonus.
One for, right.
Is there? No
bonus points.
Yeah, we both.
So tournament points first. Then it's regardless.
They changed
the
it up a
second
lot.
indicator, point differential.
Yep.
Right. Head to head. Head to head. Then point differential.
Yeah.
Ball bounces kindly for Oregon State.
No one with him. Oh. He's had a great day today. Number 10, Dawson Taron.
Taron's been good, and so has Nico Dreyer. There is Jackson Davis. Davis draws defense. Trying to get around the corner. Oh. Somehow flings it along the touchline. Does it go out? Referee blows his whistle and says.
There's been some creative passes today. You know, you gotta like it though. That's a little bit of the I don't want to say crossover sport, being a multi-sport athlete, right? You just kind of get the ball out, no matter how it looks.
Yeah, it's about keeping it alive.
Keep it alive.
Sometimes it's not pretty, and sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it's worth a try. Ball bounces forward off of USC's hand. They don't have the time to make this one a close game or to mess around when they have opportunities, and they just squandered one. USC, they need to start getting serious about scoring some points against the Beavers. Of course, Oregon State has had moments of really good rugby. They've got some finishers. They've got some guys who can play.
Exactly, and they have 7 underclassmen, so no matter what, they should be looking at every game as a chance to get better. And I think, as we can see with their response in this game so far, that they're not going to roll over and just let USC have this game.
There's great work over the ball. Finally, the tackle is made, heavily contested. USC sets its defense. Here comes Tristan Garson.
Oh!
Backwards. Upended. But back in Beaver hands, and
didn't go through the gate.
Did not go through the gate. In from the side, says the referee. So Oregon State now knocking on the door for USC. They say not so fast. Especially the man you mentioned, Dawson Tarrant from McMinnville, Oregon. The sophomore puts one down and says, why are we talking about the number of points USC has to score? They got to win first. Jackson Davis with the conversion to come.
I don't know how many times in my life I've kind of been in that moment where you just think too far ahead. You know, you always got to focus on the game that's in hand and respect the opponent that's across from you. And, you know, as soon as you look past some teams, they're just like, hey, I'm here too.
That's right. Oregon
to play.
Yeah, and not only that, Oregon State now takes the lead after the successful conversion. 7-5, Oregon State over USC. Davis, short kick, doesn't go 10. Free kick to USC on the halfway line. Here comes Cooper Swan. Taps it, sends it out to Hendarto.
There he is.
Yep, look who it is. The in, the out.
Later.
Dusts Jackson Davis. I mean,
like, honestly, if you're a national team coach of any sort, you look at a guy like this, like, he's clearly a step above this level of competition. Like, at the bare minimum, he's got to be called up into some sort of camp or something to see how he stacks up in the next level. But clearly, he has been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, he's a special player. Angelo Reviglio. You know, last year he showed some signs of this quality of play. He's next level.
Yeah, I got to check out his workout regimen because he's clearly doing something right. You know, looking like you, Brian.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, when's the last time you worked out? You stopped doing that.
Yeah, I got to get back to it.
You don't get any stronger.
Away.
You don't get any stronger pushing a pen or a keyboard.
I'm not learning that, unfortunately.
Jackson Davis. He's going to try to answer back.
Skills.
And the chase. Here comes Quan. Quan going to scoop it up. Now he's going to look outside. And here comes Giorgio Grandi. He gives it to Reviglio because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just give it to Reviglio?
Come on.
Pirouettes out of a tackle, and Angelo going in for a third try. Hat trick in the first half. Angelo Reviglio.
Come on.
It's the, you know, that base. You try to swing him to the ground. He's just got too much juice downstairs. Look at this.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. You got to do better.
He's so good at kind of lowering his center of gravity and just staying on his feet and balance. You know, maybe he's a dancer.
I don't, you know, whatever's working for him. I mean, there's
got to hear the secret recipe.
Something. He's doing something different than everybody else out there. Mostly scoring tries. 17-7 is the score right now. Things looking good for the Trojans. They'll be happy to add a few more if they can. And this is one of those deals where you say to Reviglio, like, at halftime, stay on the field, score some more tries.
Yeah.
You can sleep an extra hour.
That's the tough part, right? Because they're still fighting for the semifinals, and they have to get a good point differential if Arizona ends up losing this next game.
Right, and so if USC wins this game as they're leading right now, if the result holds, they can add a few more points. There will never be a team in the Pac-12 that cheers more for UCLA than USC.
Absolutely.
Which is hard for UCLA to do. Guess what happened while we were talking? Angelo Reviglio got the ball again. He scored 4 in a half.
How many is that in a day now?
I don't know. I don't have that many fingers. Reviglio is the man.
Oh, man. You know, as the rest of the team, you're like, dang, can you, like, actually, you probably at this point, you're like, just give it to him. Just feed him. Feed the beast.
Just feed him.
But if you're looking at him kind of being productive tomorrow,
you don't worry about tomorrow. No, you don't worry about. If I've learned anything, Brett, over my long life, which is probably almost twice yours, you don't think about live for today.
Wow,
live for today. That. Yeah, I know it's deep.
No, you go.
Angelo Riviglio has 4 tries. 24-7 is the lead. USC over the Beavers. We'll come back for the second half in just a moment.
Kevin! Oh, nice.
Kevin, where are you?
Kevin!
Hey, what's going on? I'm right here. I was busy cash backing for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited. I'm going to cash back on the gingerbread house.
Ooh, it's got little people inside.
And a snow globe.
Oh, I wish I lived in there.
You know, I can't believe you lost another Kevin.
It's a holiday tradition.
That it is. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
What are you doing here?
I've got this feeling we'll meet again.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And by switching, you could even save $652. Thank you, Liberty Mutual. Now, contestants ready? Go!
Oh my God! No! Why?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
We're back. Trojans in the lead. They're up on Oregon State 24-7. They're going to need to keep scoring points and then hope for an Arizona loss to UCLA in the next game to get into the semifinals tomorrow. They do get the ball. That is Joe Buttafuoco for SC. Cooper Swan trying to find some help. Jackson Davis trying to track down the ball carrier. Try is going to be scored by SC, and it's somebody not named Riviglio, which is surprising.
I'm sure he appreciates that.
Yeah, he's taking a rest. Actually, Riviglio's back here in the shade. He's like, thank goodness somebody besides me scored a try.
Yeah, great run by Payne Rourke.
Yeah, Payne
also
Rourke.
out of Hong Kong. One of the 4 out of Hong Kong.
Yep.
Although in a way I wouldn't change it. I kind of like it.
Unfortunate for them today against the USA and the repetage.
Yeah, what was the
matches.
final?
I think it was about 42-7 or something like that. So actually, really good result for the USA team. For those of you who don't know, our USA 15's team plays Portugal next week to decide who goes as the last spot into the World Cup coming up in France next year.
That's right. A couple Cal Bears on that team as well. Kickoff fielded by Dreyer. And then a good break by Greg Curtis. 22 points right now, the lead for USC. They'll look to add to that. They need as many as they can get and then hope for a UCLA win in the next game. There goes Quan. Quan going to try to go by himself. He stumbles a couple times, but he gets over the line. He'll score one into the center of the post. And USC running roughshod over the Oregon State Beavers right now. Great work by Christian Quan.
Yeah, as you can see, they're obviously aware of the narrative going on right now. They got to put points on the board if they want to make it to the semis.
So the conversion is good. 36-7 is the lead now. Anton, you've been in the Pac-12 landscape for a long time. Is USC allowed to cheer for UCLA? Is that something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right, because you cheer for SoCal. So potentially, if it gets you into a semifinal, it's acceptable.
Oh, good footwork there by number 5, Camus Roach, out of Salem, Oregon.
And another penalty. You can see the intent. USC knows what they need to do, and that is an absolute sellout in this final game against Oregon State.
Who's the ball going to go to? The man you want with the ball in hand.
You're kidding me. Here's the Nico Dreyer. He does everything he can. He thinks that Reviglio is going to go to the inside. He falls for the inside step. He gets flat-footed. Reviglio has speed, more so than Dreyer. It's there's a formula there. I think Einstein came up with it. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway.
I mean, honestly, you can see almost every tactic defenses try to play against him. You know, throw your entire body at him. He just throws you off. You know, try to swing him around. He just throws you off. Like, the man is just, there's no answer to him today.
Things all going the way of the SC Trojans right now. Cooper Swan just nails the ugliest conversion we've seen all day, but it sails over the crossbar anyways. It's almost fateful. Reviglio is on fire.
And as it stands right now, this basically means Arizona has to win the game or lose by. Yeah, they basically have to win the next game, or else USC is in the semifinals.
A lot of pressure here on Arizona. Full commitment from USC. Penalty against the Trojans. Here come Oregon State. Dawson Tarrant. And then a knock on by Oregon State. Sometimes you just run out of resources. And Oregon State really threadbare right now.
They're showing some promise, though. You know, they're actually decent skills. It just seems like, you know, support's a bit late. That just comes with repetition. And again, 7 underclassmen, so they're getting blooded into this environment. Probably going to learn a lot, and, you know, hopefully in the next couple of years they're a bit more competitive.
Set.
Cooper Swan feeds the scrum, gets it back to Quan. Quan, great solo try before, and he steps back inside. Got a little bit of running room, and a nice cover tackle coming in from Gabriel Giorgio.
7. No, time's off. 7.
It's a high tackle and a yellow card against Giorgio. You go up over the top of the shoulder.
Seatbelt tackle is what
I think it's and I think because it's initiated that way.
It's the
and look at Cooper Swan. Cooper Swan says, "Let me in, coach."
So the seatbelt tackle, I think the key danger part is whether, you know, if you're coming over the top and you make contact still with the neck or head, then it becomes a card offense.
Yeah, take a look at it again. Yeah, over the top.
A little bit contact to the head initially, and maybe that's why the referee deemed it worthy of a card.
Yep. It's clear. And sometimes you see what looks like an unintentional initiation of the contact that just happens to be head high. That time, it's full intent.
Yeah, being
to go straight over the top of the neck.
No, it's just a super dangerous part of the game, and just something that the refs really want to kind of get out of it. But great solo effort there.
Well, you mentioned too, coming up out of the line, we saw Camus Roach come up hard, and he's trying to defend Cooper Swan, but he leaves a huge gap on either side of him because he goes alone.
Exactly.
So you either stay home and you give up a bit of territory, or everybody comes up together. And everyone comes up together only if everyone's ready to come up together.
Absolutely, and that just comes down to, like, you know, teammates being on the same page, which usually can come down to communication.
Great chase by USC. They're not going to let Oregon State in easily. Great tackle there. Ball comes back to Cam Beagle. Every point matters here for USC.
Great clear out.
Advantage.
Oh, okay. I think that may be the game, but credit to Oregon State. They weren't going out without
I was there to actually help out.
The last effort.
So Jackson Davis stretches over the top, and yeah, he gets it down. Great view from the referee's angle there, no question about it. Davis ends on a high note for Oregon State, but the real high note is USC, who ends this game at 48-14. So 34 points to the good to USC. Well, Trojans got a chance. It all depends on UCLA. The outcome of the next game, semifinal spots on the line when we come back.
On a confrontational Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Oh, what's up, guys?
We want to talk to you about State not making the playoff.
Yeah, tough season, but I'm fine.
That's just it. You're not taking it hard enough.
What?
I'm upset. Why haven't you posted one insane rant on the message boards?
I keep reliving the Southern game over and over.
It's just a game. A bunch of kids with the ball.
Put down that Dr. Pepper.
Maybe there's more to life.
Ah, he's lost it.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Football in 60. No timeouts.
That was a thing of beauty.
No huddles.
Yes!
Just nonstop game action cut down into one fast and furious hour.
Touchdown!
From online to the sidelines, everybody agrees football in 60 is the ideal football fix for the busy Pac-12 fan.
What kind of speed do you have?
Catch football in 60 anytime on demand. Only on Pac-12 Network, where champions play.
My Monster Tacos are back at Jack. 2 huge, delicious tacos for just $3. And if you can't see what a great deal that is, maybe you're the real monster.
The chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients, spark an explosion of the senses. So when you finally taste it, it just confirms this is fantastic, and only at Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
Back at Stanford, it's the Pac-12 Rugby Sevens Championship, and a little bit of extra drama has been added to the last game of the day. UCLA has finally found its form after stumbling out of the gates in their opening match. And the try is coming from Logan Turner, one of the big men, 6'3" sophomore from Calgary, Alberta. Logan put 3 in. And then Arizona on the ropes playing against the SC Trojans needed a try. Maxime Catala puts one down for Arizona.
What a finish here.
And then he needed this try. It was to tie the game up. They had a chance to win it with a conversion, but the conversion was no good. And so where it stands is that if Arizona beats UCLA, they'll both go into the semifinals. If not, it's USC's day tomorrow. We'll be back to see you.
I joined GPAC because I wanted to be a part of a group that was striving to create an environment where diversity, equity, and inclusion is not only valued, but also celebrated.
I joined GPAC because I wanted to support and be a part of a community where gymnast voices can be heard.
It is a goal of mine that every student athlete here feels loved and supported from every direction, and everybody should have a positively memorable experience throughout their college career.
We as gymnasts within the Pac-12 wanted to create a space where we could come together and use our platforms to promote peace, unity, action, change.
I decided to join GPAC to bring more awareness and to expand this group beyond just the Pac-12.
I am constantly searching for ways to promote and support diversity and inclusion within athletics.
Being able to have educational conversations with teammates and coaches is such a progressive step when it comes to building equality for all.
Something that we wish to do within GPAC this year is to
It's our support towards each and every marginalized community.
I joined GPAC to spread positivity and education around diversity and inclusion in the gymnastics community.
My goal is to empower others to embrace the things about themselves that make them unique.
With GPAC, I'd like to accomplish creating a safe space for people with different identities and backgrounds, as well as inspiring others to just be fully authentically themselves.
As a biracial individual growing up in an area that lacked diversity, I didn't always have this environment or space, so I wanted to be a part of the change and create this space for others.
I think that it's a great opportunity for me to make my voice heard and to stand up for what I believe in.
I also like to open the door to new opportunities and further create equity and inclusion within the sport of gymnastics.
Final match of the day, pool play. Pac-12 Rugby Sevens Championship. It's the Wildcats against the Bruins, and this has turned into a bit of a rivalry. Take a look at the standings in Pool B. UCLA, well, they can lose and still get into the semifinals. They'd like to have the top seed. Arizona right now is sitting in third place. If they lose to UCLA, they will give the Trojans from USC an opportunity to play in the semifinals tomorrow. So a lot on the line. Usually the crossover, and what you want to avoid in the semifinals is that if UCLA, whoever comes in second in this pool, plays Cal tomorrow.
Yeah. And based off that massive point differential, it's definitely not the team you want to be playing first up.
Yeah, you want to maybe just get as warm as you can and meet them in the final and hope for, you know, a flawless game. Both of these lineups, we saw the lineup cards that were just turned into us. Arizona is going with their biggest lineup. Anderson, Turpin, Breslin. You guys, they've gone with their bigs across the front. 6'3", 6 foot, and 6'4" tall. You wonder if that is an attempt to win more kickoff ball, especially Anderson. He's a rangy, skinny 6'3", and he can get up and get the ball. Meanwhile, UCLA has left some great players on the bench. Sasha Martini,
Arizona,
who's really been pulling the strings for this team, has been left on the bench, and you wonder if Coach Bennett from UCLA is strategically keeping some players on the bench to finish this game.
Yeah, exactly. Impact subs are super important. You know, UCLA knows they're going through tomorrow, so they probably don't have as much emphasis as Arizona does, but still, you want to kind of give your best showing in every game, so they'll definitely be out here and giving their best effort.
So Sam Reed, he's a freshman, and
anytime
he's played great today. And on the opening kickoff, he sprays it into the touchline and gives Arizona the ball on the halfway line. See if UCLA can recover from that opening bobble. There is Turpin out wide to Anderson. Anderson got a little juice, goes to the wide side.
Big boy.
Tries to find the big man, Breslin.
Leg drive by Breslin.
Breslin takes a couple of UCLA defenders with him. They're knocking on the door, across the 22-meter line.
Backwards.
A little bit of a bobble from Cathala. Defense closes down around him.
Support's got to get there. Oh, it didn't even. Oh.
And there's an extra roll by Cathala.
Look at Breslin again.
Yeah,
about just 20 meters of extra meterage from that effort there.
Dorian Glahn got the ball. Brissell. Oh, no problems there.
Great poach. Look, find your support. Doesn't.
You know, for me, if you're calling it technically, he had taken his hands off the ball and then put his hands back on the ball. Should have been a penalty against Turpin. Instead, it is Arizona ball still, and Breslin drops it. Huge break. It's for perhaps karmic balance there.
But great point you made there in the breakdown. You have an opportunity to go for a poach. If you don't have it after that first attempt, you got to let it go.
That's right. Breslin puts it on the dirt. And so UCLA fighting against its own goal line, gets a break from the mishandle by Breslin. And now they got a long way to go.
Mark's here.
Out wide for Arizona is Antonio Gonzalez.
Crouch.
And he'll try to match the speed of Dorian Glon.
Bind. Set.
Working from their own end goal. Ball out to Glon. He tries to get the corner. And Gonzalez gets his hand.
Like an offload.
Oh, great fend. Glon is back in the action.
Yeah.
And Brissell has been so good on the corner, making cover tackles. Great job. Glon gets there, gets back up from the corner flag tackle, and gets to the ball. Here comes Turner. Scored 3 in the last match and dumps it onto the dirt.
Oh, what a
horrible pass by Turner. And luckily that ball squirts into touch off the boot of an Arizona Wildcat. He'd love to have that one back. Would Logan Turner.
Jack Breslin with a cheeky little chip through with the kick.
Well, the last player on the field that you want doing a chip through and a chase, but you know, whatever works for you. Pressure sometimes brings mistakes.
Yeah.
There's the physical pressure, right, of Arizona. There's also the psychological pressure of how much it means to both teams to win this game. Cathala with the feed. He goes out to Hall. Brissell in the midfield. Tackle made. Ball set back. Bruins don't compete. They stretch their defense.
Great choice.
Sam Reed trying to get there first. Pushed out of the way. Referee letting him play on.
Oh, this is a mess in the breakdown now.
Yeah, it's super ugly. And a penalty, and Sam Reed.
You off, please. Stop.
A little bit of extras going on the chase. Not sure Cathala's allowed to bump Sam Reed off of his line. What did you think about that?
Oh yeah, he was definitely playing the man and not the ball. So I thought that was going to be a call.
So watch here. Sam Reed's on his line.
Yeah,
and he gets. Although it kind of looks like both of them were engaging to push each other off. It looks like.
But you can. The UCLA's player's head shifted from the ball to.
Yeah, well, I think it's also because Sam Reed is 5'6" and weighs about $140.
Hey, you gotta try to get away with what you can. But so there we go.
Yeah, Brissell. Big name, big opportunity, big pressure on Arizona, and Brissell steps up. And what else would you expect from a man named Brissell? Although interesting that his brother would be playing against him right now, wearing the Bruin jersey.
Oh, I'm sure they would have loved that.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
I mean, if we could just have a Brissell clash right now.
I'm sure the Brissells are watching from Washington. Hello to you. You guys created 2 beasts, their sons.
So, Jacob Hall, I mean, can you say that is that a compliment to call someone's mother the mother of beasts? I don't think so.
Physical beast, great gentlemen.
She knows exactly what you're talking about. They
nice,
are beasts.
Young
no, they're definitely
respectful, kind.
They're mountains of
men.
men.
All of them.
So Hall converts 7-0. Crucial.
Great kickoff.
Huge kick. Brissell gets under it. Tapped back by Carter. Check that, Turner. And then recollected by Arizona. Sloppy ball on the ground, and nobody from UCLA wants to claim it. Outside to the corner. Cathala back inside to Breslin.
Go on, big man.
Breslin pins the ears back. No one going to stop Breslin.
Short!
Oh, he's short.
Sloppy ball, and the ball dug out, and a try awarded. So Arizona rolling right now.
But see, just look how excited these guys are, you know? You love to see the commitment out of both teams.
Watch Breslin right now. No hesitation.
Good
Pin your ears back, boy. I like Breslin right now. 6'4" sophomore. When he's a senior, he turns. It's less puppy dog and it's more pit bull.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Right. No, that is a monster.
Let's go, please.
Got to look a little bit more into his history. We know he's from Castle Dawson, Ireland, the Emerald Isle, but he's definitely been showing up today for the Wildcats.
We've avoided this all day. I haven't done it because it's you and it's your family, but we haven't talked about the Eagle Impact Rugby Academy. The man to my left, Brett Thompson, his father has been instrumental in growing the game at the youth level. A lot of the guys on the field right now have played under Salty Thompson, your dad, and the network of coaches that are the Eagle Impact Rugby Academy. And you can see some of the products out this weekend. It's been great to see. What do you feel about that, what your old man's giving back to the game?
Yeah, he's just he's committed so much to the game, and you know, you can see the results of it. Like, it's hard to kind of claim players, but all that his focus is just giving these top tier players in this country opportunities to compete against some of the best in the world. And you know, an Eagle Impact Rugby Academy, for instance, they get to go to Ireland and play some of the top teams in Ireland. You know, they've been to Argentina, and honestly, I'm really proud of kind of what he's done with that academy, but I'm also super excited to see other programs starting to kind of pop up as well, because the more players we have taking advantage of opportunities around the world to play against the best, the more the quality of our athletes in this country is going to grow. So, yeah, super proud of Eagle Impact Rugby Academy, and also the many others that are benefiting or a benefit to our players.
There you go. Plug for the Thompson family. Also,
appreciate it.
Your mother is a saint. Beth Thompson has endured all of the rugby that your family has had to throw out to her.
Oh yeah, she loves it as well, though.
Yeah.
But shout out to you. You were the commentator during my try at the Olympics, so awesome. That was pretty amazing.
It was fun to watch. Yeah. Injury on the field, penalty on the field. Referee is assessing the severity of that penalty, reaches into his pocket, and this is going to make things worse for UCLA because Cade Carter
Did you make the tackle over here? The last one? Wrong with it?
Is going to serve 2 minutes. And now there'll be a little bit of extra time. So some of the time will be served in this first half.
Scrum called.
Up by 2 tries. Please. Arizona calls a scrum because they can only defend now with 3 players.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't hurt anyone more than the USC Trojans who are watching on the sideline right in front of that. You know, that's probably a little bit saddening to them. But we're still in the first half.
Yeah, it's actually a great shot.
There's plenty of rugby to be played.
Yeah, the front row seats are all occupied by the Trojans. Right behind the scrum, you can see every single USC player looking on right now with a little bit of a queasy stomach because their opportunity, as long as Arizona continues to roll, is going to be out the window.
Oh!
Sunshine in the eyes of Maxime Cathala. That ends the first half.
Half time.
Looked like Arizona had some space on the corner, but Cathala drops it. And so a lifeline to UCLA to get back in this game. But they're going to have to find something different, Brett, in the second half.
Absolutely.
Try from Bussell. Arizona out front, coming back in a few.
Attention gate members, your connecting flight will arrive eventually.
Have you been the victim of gate seat theft? If so, you may be entitled to a settlement.
Here at the law offices of Butsky and Bupkis, we've helped thousands collect damages for seat thefts.
We also represent wall theft, patches of floor theft, bathroom stall theft. If you sat on it and got up and someone else sat on it, we'll represent you.
Let us help you sue the pants off the butt that stole your seat.
The law offices of Butsky and Bupkis, not necessary for those who live the nonstop life.
This is the planning effect. This is how it feels to know you have a wealth plan that covers everything that's important to you. This is what it's like to have a dedicated Fidelity advisor looking at your full financial picture, making sure you have the right balance of risk and reward, and helping you plan for future generations. This is the planning effect from Fidelity.
Angie's List is losing the list.
Oh yeah, everything still works. We just made it better. We even let you book services instantly now.
Start your home project at Angie.com.
Nothing is more important than this game. We're staying up late with Pac-12 After Dark. Tonight, following the last game of the day.
Back at Stanford, Arizona with a 12-point lead over the UCLA Bruins and a one-man advantage on the field right now because Cade Carter got served with a yellow card just before the first half ended. UCLA going to start with 6. They're going to hope to bring Carter or somebody from UCLA back on the field to balance it out at 7, but they're going to play about a minute with a man down.
You're related.
Things rolling for the Wildcats right now. If you're UCLA, what do you got to do to get back in this game?
Bruins, yes.
Possession, I think, is the key. You know, it seems like Arizona's done well to kind of starve UCLA at possession. So either it's off kickoffs or kind of contesting the breakdown. They got to figure something out in order to get the ball in their hands.
I'm also going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that right now, the team that wants this game more is wearing white jerseys right now. And you can tell emotionally they have the edge. They're playing with a lot more incentive.
Advantage over.
Although I say that, and Nathan Bell makes a break all the way down the touchdown. Big Nathan Bell going to outstrip the entire Wildcat defense.
No.
One man down and score what will inevitably be a 7-pointer for the Bruins. That is heartbreak for Coach Sean Duffy and this young Arizona squad, because the formula was right to continue to pile it on. Except Nathan Bell didn't get the memo. The senior from Brisbane, Australia, lays the hammer down. And just like that, 7 points.
And it looks like UCLA is sending another player back onto the pitch, their yellow card.
There you go.
So, yeah, the advantage to U of A.
I mean, it seems like they play better with 6.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're back to even strength. It's now a 5-point game.
Allen, yellow card.
So one score ties it up for UCLA, and Arizona suddenly got to be a little bit worried after having a 2-score advantage going into the half.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Sevens is a very scary game. You can never take your foot off the gas.
Look how far back Sam Reed is. And it looks like exactly the amount of distance he would have needed to go 10 meters. Although Arizona plays it in the air, so play on, says the referee. Cathala out to Purcell.
Oh, great footwork.
Back
opened
inside.
up that switch line.
Wow. Look at the footwork. Nobody wanted to touch Antonio Gonzalez. He just absolutely diced through the Bruin defense. That is
great footwork by Jacob Brazell to set that up, though. Really committed that Bruin defender. Inside, outside, 6 is chasing really hard. Well done by Antonio to recognize that space, open it up, and run that switch line.
Well, you can see, we've talked about this all day. Alex Cortez comes up in defense, and he breaks the line. He leaves that space open for the break to happen, and then now he's got to retreat, but the damage is already done.
Exactly.
It's that quick. It can be exploited that quickly, and it is just part and parcel of the game of sevens. You either stay connected and make defense. If you shoot out of that line, you better make the tackle.
Absolutely. I mean, that's 7 people on the field defending about 70 meters, 60, 70 meters. So you all have to be on the same page and kind of doing a little bit of the same things. Otherwise, those spaces are opening up.
All right, so UCLA had clawed back in this game to get within 5, and then all of a sudden, the break from Antonio Gonzalez, and now up by 12 once again are the Arizona Wildcats. Ball popping around on the ground. We've said this all day. You can't let it hit the dirt, and that's exactly what the Bruins do. And they give Arizona another chance at the ball. Here comes Hall. He's got Cathala outside.
Oh, great tackle.
The tackle by Cade Carter.
But then
Cathala pops up.
Tackle was completed.
He was technically,
he was tackled, so he has to release.
He was tackled. He was held. He has to release the ball, get back up. All right, here comes Cortez. Cortez is going to try to do it by himself. Gives a little stiff arm to Jacob Hall just for extra measure. Here comes Cade Carter. Gets the ball from Pat O'Day. Carter makes a few meters. O'Day over the ball. There's Nathan Bell. Out to Turner. Speed on the corner in the form of Dorian Glahn. Oh, Glahn gets around one, but not around Brissell, who has been flawless on the corner today in defense. Turner. O'Day. Bell goes to Carter, and Cade Carter drops it. Every possession pretty crucial right now for the Bruins. With an Arizona victory to the semifinal tomorrow, again, the crossover is loser of this game going to play Cal tomorrow in the first round of the semifinals. Winner is going to play Stanford.
Hello. Let's go.
Based off that first game of the day, I think there's a bit of a difference, but
Crouch.
As we saw Stanford improve throughout the tournament, who knows?
Five.
Who knows?
Set.
I'm going to say if I'm listening to the coaches, they're probably saying they'd rather have Stanford.
Oh, yeah. Great footwork there.
Yeah, Gonzalez, we've seen him use the feet all day. Slippery runner.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Just a sophomore. A lot of upside. There's Turpin. Turpin gets thrown to the ground by Nathan Bell.
Oh!
And now Turpin just...
Yeah, fair enough. Again, if you get tackled, you can run again as long as you release the ball on the ground.
But you should get extra points for carrying a defender an extra 10 meters on your shoulders.
Little fireman's carry.
Right?
Acrobatic.
Dorian Glahn spun around, gets it back to O'Day. Bell scored a try earlier, and a gap opens up. And the big man. Oh, and look at the work by Breslin on the corner. I don't know how he kept the ball in.
What an effort.
Great job there by Breslin, but a great job keeping the ball in play. Now it's Martini.
Tackle!
Ball available for Dorian Glahn. 4 men on the outside. Big fellas. Breslin doing extra work today. Got to give credit to the big man from Ireland.
Yeah, he's played amazing.
Here comes
still
Kate
in
Carter.
It. Still in it. Oh, great tackle.
Martini. He's got great overlap there. Great work getting the ball available. Dorian Glahn dots it down. That's a try for the UCLA Bruins. They still have time.
USC cheering on the sideline there.
Yeah, 30 seconds. USC.
What a pass there.
It's 7 points the difference. And so the conversion, not even close. It doesn't matter because UCLA
will have the restart.
Needs the ball. This kickoff is crucial.
We'll have the restart.
Take a look at
watch
the
that pass over the top.
Yeah, great stuff there by Luke Marshall.
This is the last play of the game.
Here we go. And it's Brissell with the ball. Check that, it's Martini. It's a great kick, but nobody there to contest. All hands on deck at the breakdown here. And that is the game. Arizona hangs on, crushes the dreams of the USC Trojans, who played an awesome tournament on day one. They'll both move into the semifinal. Competitive Pool B. The question remains, after what you've seen today, can either of these teams beat Cal?
Nice.
Really, it depends on who gets the full 8-9 hours of sleep, who has good dreams, like who wakes up has a good breakfast. There's so many factors that come into play to day two. It's the first game of the day. It can be anybody's game, but obviously Cal is the team to beat.
Yep. Wow, what a day one.
What a day.
Drama all the way to the finish. UCLA and Arizona, we knew it was going to be good, but we didn't know that there were going to be so many playoff ramifications. Brissell, he's been good. He's been really good for this Arizona team. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment.
My name is Austin James. As a musician living with diabetes, finger sticks can be a real challenge. That's why I use the Freestyle Libre 2 system. With a painless 1-second scan, I know my glucose numbers without finger sticks. Now I'm managing my diabetes better, and I've lowered my A1C from 8.2 to 6.7.
Take the mystery out of managing your diabetes and lower your A1C. Now you know. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
It is important to celebrate our Native American heritage because not all of our ancestors were able to do so.
As an Indigenous person, being a part of my Native community gives me the strength and the courage to become a positive role model to the Native American youth who are looking up to me.
Being able to share that part of my history, my heritage, it means a whole lot to me. because it's opening the conversation to, well, what should we be teaching kids in school? What should we be doing to make others feel included and not so excluded?
I celebrate my Native American identity by participating in cultural events such as powwows, canoe practices, song and dance sessions, and potlucks.
Being able to acknowledge and celebrate gives our people the chance to celebrate our culture with each other and with people around the world.
Can I help you?
I wanted to mail this.
Okay. Layla is our messenger pigeon. What?
Oh my God.
This is mostly secure. Mostly. Fairly secure. Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
You know what else is crazy? That SMS text that he's sending? It's unencrypted. Other people might see your text just like other people might see that letter.
You're kidding.
No.
Day one all wrapped up here at Stuber Rugby Stadium in Stanford for the Pac-12 Rugby Sevens Championship. It's been a long day of rugby. We've seen some good stuff out of these Pac-12 players. And the women, well, it was the Stanford women that were dominant today.
Yeah, some major performances by Ryan Ray and Sydney Shu, especially the freshman. You can be really proud by their performances, and same thing with Cal. You know, they played some good rugby here and there. We're spreading the ball wide, and especially the last game, they were most competitive. So they should be looking forward to their final match tomorrow.
Yeah, but they all stepped up. Crystal Chidume having a great game in the second match, especially. Well, the Cal men came to play, and they always do. And for a while, 97, I believe, to nothing was the scoreline after two matches. They are just the complete package.
Yeah, you just look at their squad. I mean, from 1 to 13, there's not a big difference. Like as you mentioned earlier, next man up. They all have the skills, they all have the athleticism, and they're going to be looking to kind of continue their dominance tomorrow in their first game of the semifinals.
Yeah, they would expect to roll through day one and then, and get better through tomorrow. Well, let's take a look at how Pool A shakes out. No surprise, Cal, 3 wins out of 3 games. Stanford is the surprise here. Definitely. Utah may have been the expected second place, but they came in. Stanford lays down a hammering of Utah in their last match to get into the semifinals. And then Zona needed some help at the end in Pool B, and they got it just in time. Jacob Purcell.
Yep, knocking it down, kind of increasing that gap, giving Arizona the confidence, and then the big man with the carry.
Jack Breslin from Ireland. And it was the emotional advantage we said during the game. It went to Arizona. They basically had more to play for, and it showed in the way they played.
Yeah.
You'd be disappointed if you were Harry Bennett, if that's the case, if that's what he saw during the game. But I think they'll need to lift their game. They knew they were going to be in the semifinals anyways. So that sets up tomorrow.
Certainly.
Right? We're going to take a look at Pool B after this is all wrapped up. But Arizona actually the top dog after their victory over UCLA, which means UCLA going to have to play Cal in the crossover tomorrow.
Big match.
Can they do it?
I mean, as we talked about earlier, it's whoever shows up on the day. Both teams have a lot of skillful players, and whoever shows up, they're going to be the winners.
So you're saying there's
a chance.
All right. Rugby tomorrow, finals day here in Stanford. Join us tomorrow at Stuber Rugby Stadium once again. More rugby on the Pac-12 Network.
Thanks, everyone.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities. Victory over setbacks. Victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Join our team to help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now at v.org.
When we move, we're better. It's when we stand still that we're in trouble. We believe that having equal opportunity to be active and to play is the way we achieve our full potential. To use sport to unlock everything you want to be and all you want to do. So that every girl and woman can realize her power. It's her time, it's our time. All girls, all women, all sports.
We now join this program already in progress.
The year 2003 marked the beginning of a new era in UCLA football, with the hire of former player Carl Durrell as the Bruins head coach.
It's been great being back. Everybody's very supportive on our program.
It also marked the arrival of a talented young running back from Oakland, California. While he was short in stature, number 8 in our list played football like a giant.
Number 8, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Maurice Drew bouncing it outside. He may be gone. Drew all the way to the end zone.
You don't get many running backs of his size who can dominate like that. And Maurice Jones-Drew was all heart. Well, all heart and speed and quickness and smarts and toughness.
Maurice Jones-Drew was a wrecking ball on offense and special teams for the Bruins. And yet, tacklers weren't the only obstacles the undersized tailback had to overcome.
I think a lot of people counted Maurice out at various times during his career. He had to work to convince coaches that he was even going to be an offensive football player in college.
I could really care less about what I do as long as we win. You know, I don't really have anything for individual stats.
In all 3 of his seasons and became UCLA's leader in career all-purpose yards.
Maurice Drew just found the end zone for a touchdown for the Bruins.
Number 7, Freeman McNeil.
Freeman McNeil was a stalwart at running back for all 4 seasons he wore the blue and gold in the late 1970s. But McNeil's legend wasn't solidified until his final game against crosstown rival USC and their eventual Heisman Trophy winner, Marcus Allen.
From the 20, he goes to McNeil, and Freeman McNeil, tough runner, just breaks tackles.
We had the lead with just a minute or so to go in the game.
Allen, over the top, touchdown.
Marcus Allen had scored a touchdown and kind of thought we had the game won.
Pass is caught by McNeil, he's open.
They threw a long pass on 4th down and 20, and the ball got tipped up in the air, and Freeman McNeil caught it on the dead run.
He's headed for the corner. It is touchdown, UCLA. Can you believe it?
And it was the immaculate reception of Freeman McNeil, probably one of the best in the history of college football.
The UCLA Bruins have won the ball game.
McNeil's touchdown catch was the exclamation point to a stellar UCLA career that saw the running back set the Bruin career rushing record.
The most unbelievable play that we've seen possibly all year, or might see in any year.
Number 6, Don Muma.
Don Muma is arguably